What's the most unprofessional thing a doctor's office ever did? My neurologist's office accidentally sent my entire medical history, including psychiatric notes, medication lists, and brain scans, to my ex-wife's divorce lawyer instead of my insurance company. The email subject line was, "Patient exhibits drug-seeking behavior and mental instability." I only found out when her lawyer submitted it as evidence in our custody hearing. The backstory: I have epilepsy and chronic migraines. Dr. Brennan had been treating me for 4 years. His receptionist, Cheryl, hated me because I'd complained when she repeatedly scheduled me during my work hours, despite my requests for evening appointments. During my last visit, I'd asked about adjusting my medication because the side effects were brutal: memory loss, fatigue, tremors. Dr. Brennan wrote in his notes, "Patient demanding stronger medications, possibly exhibiting dependency concerns." What he meant was, I needed different meds, not stronger ones. But Cheryl saw an opportunity. She compiled every note that could be taken out of context. Mentions of depression, common with epilepsy, anxiety about seizures, the time I admitted considering suicide when first diagnosed. She highlighted phrases like, patient agitated during a seizure, refused treatment, declined a medication that conflicted with another, non-compliant, missed appointments during a hospitalization. Then she accidentally sent it to the wrong email. My insurance was hrclames@wellnessgroup.com. My ex-wife's lawyer was hklames@wellnesslaw.com. Cheryl would later claim it was autocorrect. At the custody hearing, her lawyer presented my medical records like I was unstable and dangerous. "Your Honor, he's been flagged for drug-seeking behavior. He has documented mental health issues. He's been non-compliant with treatment." My lawyer objected, but the damage was done. The judge ordered supervised visitation until I could prove I was stable. My 8-year-old son, Lucas, had to meet me at a county facility with a social worker watching us play board games. That's when I discovered what really happened. Another patient in the waiting room told me Cheryl had been bragging about finally getting revenge on that complainer and how she'd helped his poor ex-wife protect those kids. Kids, plural. We only had one child. I investigated. Cheryl had confused me with another patient named Thompson. I'm Thomas, who had 3 kids and actual substance abuse issues. She'd mixed our files, sending a combination of both our records. The drug-seeking behavior, that was the other guy. The mental instability notes, half his, half mine, creating a fictional patient who looked dangerously unstable. I sued the practice for HIPAA violations. During discovery, we found Cheryl's Facebook messages to my ex-wife. "Saw your post about the divorce. Your ex is my patient. Check your lawyer's email. You're welcome." She'd done this before other patients involved in custody battles. She believed she was protecting children from unfit fathers. Dr. Brennan was horrified. He'd been completely unaware, trusting Cheryl with all administrative work for 15 years. He fired her immediately, but the medical board pulled his license for 6 months for inadequate oversight. Cheryl was charged with multiple HIPAA violations. Each count carried up to $50,000 in fines and a year in prison. She pled guilty to 4 counts, got 2 years in federal prison, and $200,000 in fines. She also lost her home in the civil suits. The judge in my custody case threw out all the medical evidence and restored my full custody rights. But Lucas had spent 3 months thinking something was wrong with his dad. He'd asked the social worker if I was getting better from being sick in the head. My ex-wife apologized, said she genuinely thought the records were legitimate. She'd been scared for Lucas's safety. We actually communicate better now, united in our anger at what Cheryl did to our family. The other Thompson, the one whose records got mixed with mine, he was in recovery, had been clean for 2 years, fighting for visitation rights with his 3 kids. Cheryl's actions almost destroyed his progress. The stress triggered a relapse. He's back in rehab now. Dr. Brennan personally called every patient Cheryl had worked with, reviewing their files for tampering. He found 17 cases of altered or deliberately misfiled records, all targeting divorced fathers. I now drive 40 minutes to a different neurologist. When I told them why I was switching, the new receptionist said, "We've gotten 6 transfers from that office this month. All divorces, all custody cases." Last week, Lucas asked if I still had to take the special medicine that made everyone worried. I told him it was just for headaches, nothing scary. He said, "Good, because that lady at Dad's old doctor said you were dangerous. But you're not dangerous. You just forget where you put your keys." Out of the mouths of babes.